I andiyazi uba ndizayithini ke laa nto eyenzeka lapha, but it's fine. It's part of life. These things happen. So it's very funny because when you're trying to touch on some very interesting things, the Olympians start to protest. It's fine. As I was saying, how people perceive your kindness. Ilanto uba they think this one is a snide. And we can get him to do anything for us. And people tend to disrespect people. They have no respect for such individuals. And it often will culminate to a point where you find that, black people have this very weird tendency that they do of this posthumous exaltation and praise, and then usufile wadlula emhlabeni, then suddenly people remember there was this interesting fellow with these interesting ideas. He cared about people. Now they want to take your words or your work and try to reimagine it. Write songs about you there, make statues. Meanwhile, while you were living, men didn't give a damn. Didn't give a damn. They just went to you when they needed something and called it a day, and then never bothered to return the favor or give thanks to what you did for them. So people will look at you like you're a stupid person. This is a very predominantly black condition. With black people, when you are acting out kindness, you are standing the risk. Now we must understand this, especially because I say in this channel I speak for the youth who are coming afterwards. So children must know before they step into the realm of being kind people or philanthropists. They must understand this, that whatever you are doing for black people, that's the risk you stand to lose. And they will hate you for it. They will hate that you can affect other people's life or even impact their own lives. They don't like that, because it's most of the reason is it reflects badly on them and their iniquities. So the fact that you can impact lives or do something for others, to them is a note that says, look at him, he can do these things, but you can't. What are you doing? And they will hate you because you are able to do those things that they are not able to do, whether they want to do them or not. So you will find that there's a group of black people who sit there despising you for helping black folks. This is the other way. They'll perceive you as the enemy. These are the perceptions that you're going to get for being a kind person. Your kind nature is not welcome, is what I'm trying to say. Black people don't welcome kindness from other black people. It's a known thing. We know this. We don't speak about it because we like to coddle each other and pretend as if we are this great nation who's doing great things. You don't have it. You don't have Ubuntu. If you did have Ubuntu, you would have been running communities that are far more superior than everybody else. If the core of your values was Ubuntu as you espouse it to be. Claim Ubuntu all over the place, but you don't got it. You don't got it. You don't have Ubuntu. This is a reflection for every one of us. We need to look at ourselves and be serious. What is this humanism that we have, Tina Abadamyam especially, knowing very well we would rather spend our thousands and thousands that we work hard for in other communities than come and do something in our community? $1,000. You rack up a bill of 100,000 something per evening. and you're applauding each other. And then you claim ukuthi nobuntu. Meanwhile, our communities are derelict. I don't know how many times I say this point, but we are not calibrating properly for the reality we exist in. We are in delusion. We are very delusional about our state of our affairs. This is why we hate people who tend to be kind and not expect anything. Especially if you don't expect anything in return for your kindness, you are going to stand the risk that black people are going to hate you. The onlookers especially. The ones that you're going to help are going to spit on your face. This is the reality that you must face. So there is a perception that you are a fool. There is a perception that you are the enemy. When you engage in these acts of kindness, this is what you get from black people. Now, understand that. And there's a very small subset of our people who are very receiving towards kindness and your activities of kindness, and open to it and welcoming. There are very, very, very small subset that will say, no, that's a kind man over there, or that's a kind woman. I would like to be also involved in her kindness or assist her. Or even if they are the recipients of your kindness, they will note that kindness and they'll say, you know what, today I can't pay that person back, but one day, and then they show up one of these days and say, remember you did this for me. So akhohle nokhohle, akhumbula ukuthi wangenzela ukuthi nokuthi, hey kwakunzima mfowethu, awubambe nansi cool drink. A very, very minute subset in the black community that can do that. Or even worse, very small subset, even smaller, they will say, yazi Ungezi wangisiza kanje kanje kanje. Let me go forward also and help this person. Manje ngimbonayo ukuthi he has the same challenges I had. What they will instead do is, okay, this person has the same challenges I did. I'm not going to deal with this thing, but I know Ungezi is very good at this thing. I send it to Ungezi. Meanwhile, he knows what you did to help him. He can't take it upon himself, say, okay, this is a challenge for me now to pay back to. Instead of picking up and saying, but here's I was helped like this when I was under this situation. Let me not burden Ungezi. Oh no, send it there. This is how black people behave. They are not willing to assist with the same energy that they were assisted. So there's always that issue, is that you're gonna help people who are definitely not interested in helping anyone except themselves. These are the chances you're gonna run into, and they will perceive that as something that they are not tasked to do. We are not our brother's keepers. I keep saying is that we claim to be sibe nobuntu. We don't have ubuntu. We are not our brother's keepers. We are not. We'll talk a great deal about a child is raised by the community. Gupi. Where is the child raised by a community in the black community? Where? Which community of blacks is raising children in tandem? Where in the black community can you leave your children unattended and find out that they are safe? Where in the black community can your children be out in the street by themselves ungekho and come back home safely? We exist in a place where in our own communities our children go missing and never found. Our own people are doing human trafficking of our babies. Where is Ubuntu? Where is this thing of it takes a community to raise a child? Iphi lanto? Sanzodlala nina la. Sanzodlala. I mean, unfortunately, nizokuzwa ngami, because no one is telling you these things, because we are busy stroking each other's egos and coddling each other, pretending that you are some great presence in the universe, the gift to humankind. Abantu abamnyama. We have a lot to work on, guys. We have so many things to work on. We have a lot, and we need to stop talking about things and concepts that we don't understand, claiming to be all wise and all knowing. Meanwhile, we can't do those things. Hey, it takes a community to raise a child, but our children are safe in our communities. We are raping our children. Boys and girls alike. You don't even discriminate. You sell them off into human trafficking. You people. It's not even other people coming out of other communities. No, it's our own people who are stealing our kids. Jiggy bambi ingane zethu bahambo bawusika amaphasi lapha kwenziwa amathwala and all those things. So where is this concept of it takes a village to raise a child? Nina manga, saqamba manga. Hambe nikhohlisa ifiki la nizenza ngathi ni right. You are not an all right people. Bantu bamnyama, stop it. We have a lot to work on. We have a lot to work on. We are not our brother's keepers. We are not. There's enough evidence going around to suggest that fact. I think the fact that I have to say the obvious, I mean, it's obvious. We are not our brother's keeper. We are not. Someone will come to my house, break in, steal my computer. In the other street, they will buy it. Knowing very well, no, man, this is a laptop Ungezi. Bazoyithenga kodwa either way. You can't leave your phone lying around, even in spaces where you have your colleagues. Abantu osebenza nabo every day. You can't leave your phone lying around. You have to be looking out for your belongings everywhere you go, because they will take. So no, we're not our brother's keepers. This is why when we look at people who have their hands open, who are trying to be giving, we receive them with a lot of contempt. Now, when you are out there trying to be kind, trying to do your best for your fellow man as a black person, remember this one, that you are standing the risk that you'll be treated with the highest level of contempt. This is how black people treat kindness. Everywhere you go, wherever you find them. There's a very small subset, I'll say again, a very small subset, they will look at your kindness and appreciate it and pay it back. There's even a smaller, much smaller subset, they will take your kindness and learn from it and go and spread it and be kind to others. Small, very minute subset of black people who say, Usbanban was kind to me, therefore I'm also going to be kind to other people. Figures ocela umuntu la umuphulofu ahamba yena kwakhe. Esathi uyangena nje ngene omunye umakhelwane naye udinga isinkwa, mfethu angiphi isinkwa. Awuhambe usifuna umkhize nami ngisithola umkhize. Not even bothering ukuthi umkhize unginesa ulofu. Let me give you half of it. Sekumele manje umkhize manje akhipha olofu about 20 because wena you are too greedy. You are refusing to learn the act of kindness. You are refusing to appreciate and assimilate into your consciousness that concept of being kind. Ubuntu. So according to black people, if you are kind and philanthropic or what have you and selfless, wisdom. This is a fact. I'm not the one inventing it. This is just how it is. When you are dealing with black people in kindness and selflessness, be prepared that what you are not going to get what you expect. bazokhwifela ngamathe ebusweni. Now, the other dynamic, let's move on to the dynamic of when these people look at you and think that you're stupid, then what do they usually do? Usually what they do is they'll take a lot of liberties, especially around the issue of money. When you talk about money, especially with black people, uzafika umuntu kuwena aboleke 10 rand today. Okay. Guy ngicela ungiboleke 10 rand manje kunje ngizokubuyisa next week. Oh, okay. You give him 10 rand. Next week uyabuya, it's like, in fact, as such and such and such happened, and as I need 100 rand, I know that I still owe you 10 rand. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Hey, story is legitimate. Say, yes, shame. Now it's 100 rand. They owe you 110 rand. Okay. Hambi into. They will come back as a bit, I know I owe you 110 rand, but I only have this much today. Let me give you. These are the stories like I'm very used to, shame. Bakupo 50 rand. I know ngisakweleta 60 rand ngizoleta. Okay, no problem. Angithi, you don't have a problem with helping people. You're not upset about it. You're like, okay. Maybe he's going through something. You're trying to be understanding. Your fellow man is going through some shit and they're struggling. Okay, no problem. Never mind your own struggles. Okay. Jiggy. Umuntu Inkosiyabuya. Uthi hayi. Sekwenze ku 1 2 3 4 5,000. Helele. I need 600 rand. How? Now there's an exponential rise in their demands and requests. But they still haven't paid you the original thing that they ask. So this is how black people move quite a lot. They move like that. They will come and feel the waters. Oh, how much can I take here? Okay. Oh, young niggas 10 rand. Okay, come tomorrow, 100. Oh, I must angazi ngimuze complain. I ask, okushuthi unemali this person. Afike sizofuna 600. And if you give them 600, showcase hayi unemali, akayidingi le mali lo. This person is rich. Oh, now they've found their ATM that they can tell stories to and acquire. That's the dynamic I'm talking about. Black people will exploit your kindness unashamedly, with no shame, with no compaction. No compaction. They will feel no remorse. They will never think about, oh, I am creating a bad precedent. This person tomorrow is going to say, I can't help these people because it's how they move. No. They don't care. They will exploit you for what you are worth and feel very much entitled doing so. I'm just stating the obvious here. You know these things. You've seen it. You've gone through it. Chances are, if you're in this channel, you've gone through this mess. And this is how black people behave everywhere. Now, I'm just stating the problem. We'll get to the bottom of what can be done somewhere in this podcast as we go along the episodes. So you have to subscribe and put on that notification thing and be paying attention when the videos come out. So yes, they will take advantage of you, full advantage. They will exploit you for what you are worth. This is what people will do. You can even imagine, maybe these people, this is how they were created. Well, which is not something that I really would say I would subscribe to. But the way they do it so well, with so much conviction, it makes you wonder. But, what is the nature of these people? You really think about it, but no. Because one person does it, you think, the next person does the same thing. I've had a very long experience with this ever since I was conscious as a person. I've gone through this nonsense in different forms and fashions. Yes. So I'm telling you something that I know very well. Mind you, I'm not a person who ever goes to anyone to ask for anything. I try to avoid by all means to come and burden my fellow person. It's a thing I don't like doing. Because we all have burdens. But anyway. So they will exploit you. They will take liberties. This one. It's okay, I know. It even goes to the business end of things. I remember there was a time where I managed to get a smaller yana tender for myself. And then I thought, let me get a guy to come in as well who was a Sibongo fan. I'm like, because I know his problems. So I'm like, come in, you can subcontract. And this is how much we're going to quote the client in. Okay. Now, he claimed that he was going to pay me a certain amount for securing him that smaller unit tent. I'm like, showcase. I mean, that's good. It's cool. It's not that I needed the money like that, but I was more thinking about his situation. But okay, you committed that you are going to give me so much. No problem. All right. The day came. The jobs were done. The payments came in. Domnyam. I imagine mfethu ngibone ama charges in. So now I'm going to give you 70% of what we agreed on. The other money must go to the charges. I'm like, this is a very good lesson to learn. I like to laugh, and I'm like, okay. But I decided on that day, no. This one, I'm never ever gonna hook up whenever I'm umsebenzi. I'm so pained. To this day, I've never even tried to call him about any job anyway. But when he tended to come gayo, ngiyazibukela nje. Like, because he taught me a very valuable lesson there. No, even in business, don't hook up black people. Because if you hook them up, they think you're stupid. Because we complain a lot about very wealthy black people not giving a damn about black folks, but some of the reason is just because this is how you behave when someone helps you. So it comes as no surprise that a lot of wealthy black people don't give a damn about the community, because how are you going to give a damn about a community of people that does not have any bone of being thankful and appreciative and refuse to pay it forward? So I learned a very harsh lesson there in business. I'm like, okay, never gonna do that again. And I stopped doing that. Jiggy, recently someone also comes to me and is like, no, I need help here, there, and there. I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. But this is how much you're going to pay me for doing this work for you. First month, I wahamba kahle. Second month, jiggy umuntu wenze ukuthi nokuthi manje I had to buy this and buy that for the business. I'm like, okay. You have to buy izinto zebusiness. Okay, that's fine. But you took care of your own issues, your own needs. You took care of them, and you decided that you should not pay me. Instead, you are willing to take care of your needs and pay all the other people, and then purchase those items for the business. But using my payment, or what was due to me. You take what was due to me. Wahamba ugenza imfuno zakho waqeda. Okay, that's cool. Wait. So ngambeza now, lalela, listen, you can't come and make excuses ukuthi you can't pay me for this and this. It's a business. You are a business person. You should know your costs and all those things, and enter into agreement knowing very well this is how you're going to manage your costs. Now, I can't make business happen for you for free. It's not going to happen. This is what we agreed on. But you are telling me stories, man. Let's see. I know I'm giving you a fair warning. I'm phone uthi ube shocked when I pull the plug. No. He was reflective. Yeah, I know. On the 5th. The 5th came and went. I know. I'll get money on the 15th. Oh, okay. The 15th came. Ngimsendele text. Manje ngoba umhla 15 namhlanje mfethu kuhamba kanjani? Hayi mfethu abazi labantu bamathenda. Imali mhlawumbe izo reflect ekseni in like, oh, okay. All right. Ngathulela. And then when was it? Yesterday. Then the payment comes through. I'm like, okay. Uyafona uyayibona ingenile lapho ngifakele kanje. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you. But you see, I've learned there. Okay. Yeah, honestly, there is nothing you can do for black folks. Even if you can give them a certain leverage, okay, it's fine. You can use my kindness, but you have to pay for it. They will still try to take a chance. Because you were kind enough to say, well, I will help you build this thing. The nonsense we have to go through. They will ride you for what you are worth if you allow them. And I've made a decision, which I'm cutting him off, because the next thing is I'm going to get him a client a cook high and the next thing it's going to be a lot of money that he doesn't pay me. And I'm not going to allow that. Because as much as a kind person as I can be, I refuse to be anybody's fool. I was not born to be a fool here. So I'm not going to allow that. And I'm sure that he's aware. So come month end, he needs to find somebody else to do that work for him. But that's just where I am. So yes, you will get exploited. Black people will exploit you. They are not ashamed about it. If they can see that you can help them or assist them in any way, they will just take their liberties. In any shape or form, whether it's money, whether it's socially, what have you. Niyamazi ulova. Nina niphuzayo. Niyazi ukuthi ulova lothenga kakhulu ukuthi nimsebenzisa kangakanani. Anibe namahloni nokuthi this person is buying more than us. Yabo. Indlela enenza ngayo. This is how it is. Some of you don't even buy your own alcohol because umavarara over there. Uhlezi asithengela man. Unashamed. So you use each other. There's a utility of people who have an open hand and are able. And this is why you find that NPOs, NPCs, we go to black people to ask for donations. Black people in business who ask for donations, they can't get them because our people have become so hardened because of you. Inhliziyo sezilukhuni manje because niyasebenzisana anicabangelana. Bantu abamnyama. Ingane zabantu niyazisebenzisa ningayicabangeli. Nizenze idlimazini ingane zabantu that you can just get whatever you want from them. Angikhulumeke osisi. Osisi, they are masters at that one. Women will exploit you to your last cent. And then it should be no surprise then this is happening throughout the board, because most of us are raised by our own moms. So we are raised by mothers who have this particular mindset and tendencies. We learn that from them. So we go around exploiting people wherever we see them. Angilwi, but it's just how it is. It's just how it is. There's enough evidence to talk about this. You meet women uzokudla imali yakho akudle kusale nge-underdavile. And once they are done, they want nothing to do with you. This is how black people move when they find your kindness. Now, make them female, you get a very good combination there of her exploitative behavior, extremely exploitative behavior. It even goes to that dimension of scamming. You like to scam others. You've learned this from white people. I mean, this is how they work as well. They live to scam. The entire money system is a scam. So it tells you about how they've mastered scamming. By a scam, they exploit the kindness and openness of hand. That's why they have this word of naivete. People perceive that you are naive when you are able to help them and open your hand. Injalo nje. So then we come to the third point of, abantu who are very thankful versus abantu who are not so thankful. You find that in the community, especially in black community, you are going to be hard pressed. It's going to be extremely difficult for you to find anyone who has that thing of being thankful. Ababongi abantu abamnyama. Ababongi shame. They don't have time ubonga, whether in conduct or verbality. This is, even when they verbalize it, they don't mean it. They're just saying because this is what they were taught, but they never understood the meaning or never internalized it. You are going to be hard pressed to find black people who say thank you and really mean thank you. I know this. You know it too. There's no debate about it. So you will find there's a subset of people that will say Nkosi kubusise, but labo Nkosi kubusise are worthless. They're worth nothing because they come from an empty space. There's no heart behind them. People who are taking and taking and taking. They just came to take because they think you have everything. Hey, this one, I vele loyana unemali eningi fike bazothatha. Vele loyana unenkomo eningi bafike bazothatha. Hayi vele loyana ukasidaphudaphu ngoba daphunela bafike bezothatha. Then they come back and spit on your face. Kodwa bayasukela kuwena bethi hayi Inkosi kubusise. Injalo nje. So you are going to be hard pressed to find genuinely thankful black people. You're very hard pressed. And you don't have to do any investigation. They will just show themselves. Oh no, those people really didn't mean to say thank you to you. Brush, and just so that you can feel what man, I'm doing a great thing here. Back gets lighter. This is how our people behave. I'm very sorry, guys, to be a bringer of bad news, but we need to highlight these very toxic behaviors that we have, other than all these other shenanigans we talk about. But we don't really tackle the core issues of our interrelationships. We talk about patriarchy in zonke lezi zinto lezi, feminism, all these toxicities, but we don't talk about how we relate to each other beyond those boundaries of gender and all those things. The things that are really core to how our communities run, we don't talk about them. ubuntu ke lobu obungekho. No one is commenting on that one. And you don't want to hear about it because you imagine that you are a God's gift to humankind. Kanti ayikho laa nto. I'll be very hard pressed to find any grateful person. Omnyama. Bantu abanyama, they're not grateful. Especially towards other black people. They're extremely ungrateful. Hey, abekho grateful abantu abanyama. Abekho grateful. They don't even know what that means. To be grateful. Abaz. They will pronounce with their mouths. Hey, ngiyabonga. Hey, inkosi ngibusise. But no, they're not. Abekho lapho. Angisho ukuthi singathembani. Angisho. Nami angisho ukuthi singathembani. Bakithi, I'm just telling you the things that we see out here. You are not grateful. You are not a grateful bunch of people. And you are not reciprocative. You will never give back as you were given to. Soze abantu abanyama banikeze njengoba benikezwe abayifuni laa nto. You can pull them out of the gutter, but they will never do the same to the next person. They never do. By phone. You will pull them out of the gutter. Next week, you get into trouble. They can't help you. They can't show up. Knowing very well that you risk life and limb to help them. They can't show up for you the way you show up for them. Abasoze. You'll be hard pressed to find black people like that. They are very, very precarious in that way because you are more readily to find a lot of betrayal from them. I was saying in the first video, nothing prepares you in life for that reality of the first people to spit on your face are going to be people that you help the most. It's just how it is. The people that you have literally saved from death are the first ones who are going to spit on you. It's just how it is. And how you cope with that is very difficult. How are you going to cope through that? Because that's a very traumatic experience. This is why I'm having a discussion about this thing. Because it's a very, very, very difficult and traumatic thing to go through. And we go through it and it's become normal. We've normalized. We have normalized that black people are not grateful. We've normalized that people... Because, it evolves into a space where there's a lot of chatter about black people being entitled. It's not that they're entitled, it's just that they're ungrateful. A bunch of ungrateful people. That's just what it is. They don't have the bone of thanking and gratefulness. Sorry. You rather... I don't know, you'll have more luck breathing under the ocean than finding a grateful black person. It just doesn't work like that. It's just what it is. Those people who are the exception would continue. I recognize there's an exception, but you are not many. You are not the majority. You are a very, very tiny subset. So we can't really talk the whole day about a minute subset. But the majority of black people, you are a bunch of ungrateful people. So yes, abantu ababongi, no matter what you do to them, for them, they are not going to be in any position of being thankful. It's just how it is. It doesn't matter how great the deed is. They just assume, no, okay, he can do this for me, shame. Hey, okay, good. Move on. I won't keep heal. But anyway, I guess that was was izinganekwane zokuchakide were trying to teach us is that, people will trick you into helping them and then boast to you about how you've helped them and call it a day. Just what it is. So yes, let's close this second chapter here. We said that people think you are a fool for being kind to them, and they will exploit your kindness, and they are predominantly not thankful. There's no gratitude. Now, assimilate all of that and synthesize it. And the antithesis is that we need to be more perceptive and accepting of kindness. Let us become people who celebrate and appreciate people who are kind and giving. Ibalulekile le nto, iyo into ezosilapha kakhulu kunazo zonke. A lot of things can be done, but if we can learn to be appreciative and be receptive to people who are kind, we can do great things. We can rebuild our nation in a proper image that is reflecting of who we are. We need to stop exploiting people who are kind to us. Stop taking advantage of people because they can help you. You know that it's a wrong thing to do, and move in that fashion. Move like a person who understands that this is not proper. This is not good conduct. I'm telling you this because your father's not there to tell you, yes, you are not a great person for taking advantage of others. The fact that people are kind to you is not an indication of their stupidity. And then let's become more thankful. Be thankful for the kindness that you receive. Be thankful for the help that you receive. Even better, the kindness that you received, take it forward and show it to others. Let's multiply it like that. If Spanbane does something of kindness to you, you do it to Spanbane, and they do it to Spanbane. Let's create a chain of kindness and deeds of kindness. Then we can become a healthier people. We can build a very useful and very progressive nation that can take care of its own if we learn this. And not this nonsense of what is samge sibusisiwe isandla siphayo kunesamukelayo, because it takes the accountability from you. You imagine that it's the work of God to show gratitude to the people that help you. And then some of you get into the trap of being kind to people who exploit you because you think that God is going to give you some blessings for being kind to them. Meanwhile, they don't even deserve your kindness. Ilapho lanto. Let us be kind. Let us be welcoming of kindness and appreciate it. Let us be thankful and grateful for the things that we receive from other people who spend their energy and time on us. It takes a great deal to help the other person. It takes a great deal to be selfless. Self-sacrifice. It's not a small thing. Let us not create a nation of hard hearts any longer, because abantu baqinelwe zinhliziyo nje is because of our conduct. Go tell your friends, this is what I said, and have a good night.